So I've been had this thought today. Um, I was thinking about suicide and how it's always a part of my day because I'm, so depressed or just feeling horrible, and so it seems like suicide is. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about suicide. I don't want to think about ending my life. Um, I don't know that I ever would do it. Um, I'd have to be pretty miserable. Probably have to be burned alive and have all kinds of pain in order to kill myself. But anyway, so it's almost it's I other people already know this, but it's taken me this long to realize that suicide is part of having a mental illness. It's part of being bipolar. So I don't think the thoughts will ever go away. I mean, I've had a good day today, but the thoughts, I still thought about suicide. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because what it is a release. So you're always thinking of a way to relieve your pain. And suicide always creeps in. I was reading this article. Oh, what was I forget the name of the website. Intelligent Discussions or something, I forget. The story of this guy who has schizophrenia, hallucinations, all kinds of stuff, since he was a little kid. And he said he had a voice above his head and a voice on his shoulder, and they were really bad. They would tell him, "You need to die. Kill yourself." And he said that the voice on his shoulder was so real and so intense that he would tighten up his shoulder to endure it. And he actually had to go and get like back surgery later on in life because he had problems on that side of his body. But anyway, he had voices telling him to kill himself, and obviously suicide was always part of his daily life, but he didn't kill himself. It seems like he was really mature, and he came to the point that I'm trying to come to, in which suicide will always be in my thoughts. Some days they won't be there. Some weeks they won't be there because you have a good week or whatever, but suicide will always be a part of being bipolar or having depression or schizophrenia or whatever. I notice that when I'm doing well and working, that I don't think of suicide. So I think part of it is just not doing anything, being home alone, whatever. But not everybody who's mentally ill can work, so those thoughts are going to come. Now I'm a very religious person, and I believe that I believe that enduring pain is how you grow and how you can make it to heaven. If you give up while you're in pain, if you commit suicide, then you will lose blessings. And I believe, for me personally, that it would just be a really great sin. But that being said, I understand why people commit suicide. It's like I understand now. Maybe 10 years ago I thought they were weak or whatever, but if somebody commits suicide, the first thing I think is, well, how hard was their life, Because I can understand if they had a mental illness, if they had just a horrible life, it's understandable. And we need to say it's understandable, but we don't have to say that it should be a normal thing or whatever. But anyway, so I want to know if my thinking is right, if it's right to think that it's okay to think about suicide, um, or if there's something I can do to keep it out of my mind. Um, I would like to keep it out of my mind because thinking about it, for one thing, it's a waste of time. You know, I'm not having a horrible day. Why am I thinking about suicide? Um, Maybe it's because I'm a pleasure seeker and if I have just a little bit of pain, I'm just like, how can I get out of this? Oh man, I kill myself. I'm just so sick of life. Just nothing ever works. It's just all pain and meds and everything like that. So